I'd never seen a religious leader who was a woman. I'd never seen openly gay people in leadership before. I was a little bit afraid that lightning might strike me. We're talking about stories here at Trinity this fall, all the ways in which our larger community story is being woven together by all of our various stories. And so I want to tell you a little bit about my Trinity story. As some of you know, I first set foot inside the red doors of Trinity Cathedral in high school. I was singing with the children's choir at an interfaith service. And I had never been inside an Episcopal church before. I'd never seen a religious leader who was a woman. I'd never seen openly gay people in leadership before. I was a little bit afraid that lightning might strike me, but I pushed through the unfamiliarity, and I have never forgotten that moment. It changed my life. A couple years later, I returned as a college student. I sang with the Trinity choir. And 8 years later, as a baby priest of 27 tender years, I arrived here for the third time. And it was down here in this very room, Trinity's first godly playroom, where I got to work and learn alongside our most important parishioners, our 3 and 4-year-olds. We told stories, we wondered together about what it means to be created in the image of a big, strange, beautiful God. And that first year at Trinity, I was mostly here on the floor. It's still, I think, the best place to be, the center of my Trinity story, hanging out on the floor with kids, being welcomed by them, grounding myself in what it means, as Jesus famously says, to experience the kingdom of God through the eyes of a child. So our Trinity story is not complete without your story. Some of you were born here. Some of you have been at Trinity your whole life. And many of us have just come through the red doors of the cathedral within the last 2 years. About a third of us, actually, have come to Trinity since the pandemic. So we're becoming a different kind of community. We're a more diverse community. It's going to take all of our stories to move Trinity forward into our future. So I invite you to join me in making a pledge of financial commitment for 2023. Let's make sure that we can keep telling our story, even as we start to weave this new story that God is telling among us, a story that incorporates the youngest and the most curious among us. Theirs is the story that I need to hear, that the world needs to hear. Theirs is a world that is just coming into being. So let's make sure this cathedral is here for them, just as it has been for me and for so many of us. Thank you, friends.